Am I audible now?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. So, so in Onugor, there was a storm and rain, and now it is already, but current has already gone. Therefore, 10 minutes become late. Okay, let us start our discussion. Just I am sharing the slide. Okay, just I am sharing the slide. So, which unit we will start today? Hello,
Unit 11.
11.
Unit 11.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Whether slide is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. So, we have already in previous classes discussed aims and goals of education, sorry, Unit 1 to 10. Now, this is the class we start from Unit 11. Unit 11 is about what aims and goals of education in modern Indian context. In modern Indian context. So, the first period is, in modern Indian context, the first period is from okay. The period from 1813 to 1854. Macaulay strongly propagates the Western culture among native Indians and desired to create a class of persons who would be Indians in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals and intellect. So this statement is very important for us being an Indian. So how Macaulay suggested for implementation of Western education in our country to make Indians in dress and shape as Indian, but in taste, blood, taste, opinion, moral, intellect as an what? British. ଆମ ଭାରତୀୟଙ୍କ ଦେହରେ ଖାଲି ରକ୍ତ ମାଂସଟି ହେଉଛି ଭାରତୀୟ ହେଇ ରହିବ ବର୍ଣ୍ଣ ମଧ୍ୟ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ଟେଷ୍ଟ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ସ୍ୱାଦ ଆମର ମତାମତ ଆମର ଯୋଉ ମୋରାଲ ଭ୍ୟାଲୁ ସବୁ ଗୁଡାକ ହେଇଯିବ ଇଂରାଜୀ ଏହା ଆଜି ଦିନେ ମଧ୍ୟ ପରିଲକ୍ଷିତ ହେଉଛି yes or no
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
now we are our students in different universities higher education institutions the highly educated society, we are wearing the dresses, we are accepting the culture, the practice of the British people. We are taking wine. Wine becomes the symbol of what? Aristocracy. So it is wrong. So it is the effect of British education as per the suggestion of Lord Macaulay. The other school of thought believed in a synthesis of Eastern and Western culture by spreading Western science and knowledge. But one good thing we got from Western education, the knowledge of science and technology. we got the knowledge of science and technology through English education. This conflict between the two groups landed the government in a dilemma as to what would be the main object of the educational policy, to spread Western knowledge or to preserve Eastern learning. There was a conflict between the Indian philosophers, Indian educationists, as well as the Western educationist, Western rulers. ଗୋଟେ କନଫ୍ଲିକ୍ଟ ସେତେବେଳେ ଚାଲିଲା। କ'ଣ ସେଇଟା ନା କନଫ୍ଲିକ୍ଟ just I have forgotten the conflict was the conflict in between English and vernacular language. English people ଆଉ vernacular language जो ଆମର ହିନ୍ଦୁ ମାନଙ୍କର ଥିଲା ସଂସ୍କୃତ, ସାଂସ୍କ୍ରିଟ ଆଉ ମୁସଲମାନ ମାନଙ୍କର ଥିଲା କୋଉ ଭାଷା?
Urdu.
Persian.
Urdu.
Persian
Sorry,
Persian ଉର୍ଦୁ Persian ତାଙ୍କର ଲାଙ୍ଗୁଏଜ, ଆମର ଥିଲା ଦେବନାଗରୀ, ଏଟା ହଉଛି ସାଂସ୍କ୍ରିଟ। So both languages our people advocated for introducing the medium of instruction is the Sanskrit language, but British people thought to implement English language as the medium of instruction. Sir William Wood, he has recommended who is Pratima Das? Who is Pratima Das? Talk with me, Pratima Das. Hello? Okay. Wood's Education Dispatch 1854 advocated or suggested to spread Western knowledge and science, which became which gave us the benefit. Another thing I can say you in this platform, grantee system. Till now, our government after independence is also implementing or running the system, that is a grantee system. ମୁଁ ତ ଅଛି ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଭିତରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ତ ଘରେ ଅଛି, ନେଟୱାର୍କ ଭିତରେ ଅଛି, ଭଏସ ଆସୁନି ମାନେ ଅନ୍ୟମାନେ କାହାକୁ ଭଏସ ଯାଉନି? ହ୍ୟାଲୋ
ଆସୁଛି sir।
ଠିକ ଅଛି, ଆଉ କାର ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ଥିବ ତମ ନେଟୱାର୍କ ପ୍ଲେସ ଚେଞ୍ଜ କର। So
sir କୁହନ୍ତୁ।
yes so what one thing is ପ୍ରତିମା ଦାସ, ହଁ ତୁମେ ମେସେଜ କଣ ଗୋଟେ ଦଉଛ ଅଗୁରୁ, ଏବେ କ୍ଲାସ ସଇଲା ପରେ ଦବ ଯାହା କରିବ ନା, don't disturb in between the discussion. Okay huh. So you see your grantee system, for your kind information as the education MA in education students, how many colleges are government college in Odisha? Can you say? Anyone?
Sir,
If
90,
any idea?
90 something. Sir, 90 something.
90 something. But how many colleges are running in our state? ବାସ୍ତବରେ କେତେ କଲେଜ ଅଛି ଗଭର୍ଣ୍ଣମେଣ୍ଟ କଲେଜକୁ ମିଶେଇକିରି? Most of the colleges are non-government colleges. Only BJP college is government college. Radhani college is government college. Only 2 government colleges are in Bhubaneswar presently. In Puri there is a ACS government college, and a government women's college. Katak re Shailabala JKVK. 2 government au B.Ed hela RNI ISC, Bhubaneswar re Nalin Devi. These are the government colleges. Jajpur government college, Bhadrakta government college, Baleshwar re gote college of teacher education achi, gote FM college. You see, all other colleges in these areas, in block level, district level, Those are not government colleges. Those are what? Non-government colleges. Those who got appointment as a faculty through SSB, State Selection Board, they are not, they are getting grant in aid. Grant in aid. এই যে ঘূর্ଣ୍য প্রথা গ্রান্টিনেড প্রথাটাକୁ ଆଜି ଦିନରେ ଆମ ସରକାର ବଳବତ୍ତର କରିଛନ୍ତି. This was the recommendation of Woods Dispatch in 1854. So it shows what is the qualitative education in our state. Okay, the period between 1854 to 1900, 1854-1900, as a result of Woods Dispatch in 1854, institutions of higher education used English as the medium of instruction. So the Woods Dispatch recommended medium of instruction. So higher education, English became the medium of instruction. Because of spreading Western knowledge and science, the Indian Education Commission 1882 pleaded for the encouragement of a private Indian enterprise as best means of spreading education in India. The period between 1901 to 1921, main aim of the government was to control and improve schools and colleges rather than increase their numbers. Sarkar kon kale? Improve school and colleges, but not increase the number of schools and colleges. Au adhiko kichi kholleni. Jetiki thila taku tar quality taku enhance kale. Spread of knowledge, Western knowledge was essential for creating renaissance in Indian national life and advocated a very rapid expansion of a voluntary basis of the introduction of the period between 1921 to 37. Western knowledge is essential to create renaissance in Indian national life. Pleaded for the introduction of compulsory elementary education for the mass. Kaina ithare astala basic Gandhian philosophy, Gandhi's basic education. Significant developments took place as so far as the aims of education was concerned. Aims of education continued to focus on quality in education and spread of mass literacy among the people. This is before independence. The period between 1937 to 1940, the short period witnessed larger funds of education, scheme for the expansion of primary education, liquidation of adult literacy, and the introduction of Gandhi's basic education system. Popularly, it is known as Wardha scheme of education, which aimed at craft-centered education for all-round development of human beings. Because Gandhi was famous, Gandhi's definition says, education is all-round development of the child, that is body, mind, and spirit. Development in body, mind, and spirit. That reflected in his basic education, that was the Wardha scheme of education. Between 1940 to 45, pre-primary education of children from 3 to 6 years of age was started. Universal, compulsory, and free primary or basic education for all children between the age group 6 to 14 divided into junior basic and senior basic. 6 ରୁ 11 ହେଲେ junior basic, 11 ରୁ 14 ହେଲେ senior basic. High school education for 6 years for selected children between the age of 11 was introduced. Technical, commercial, and art education for full-time and part-time students were enrolled. Full provision for the proper training of teachers required for the implementing the continuations of scheme. So, the organization of compulsory physical education, medical inspection, followed by treatment, provision of milk and midday meals. ସେତେବେଳେ ମଧ୍ୟ before independence ମଧ୍ୟ midday meal ବ୍ୟବସ୍ଥା ମଧ୍ୟ ଥିଲା. So, then we reach at our after independence, that is known as post-independent period. Post-independent period. So, after getting independence in the year 1940, in the year 1947, so after getting independence, first time University Education Commission was appointed in the year 1948 under the chairmanship of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. So, the commission is also known as Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan Commission, and it is known as University Education Commission. Why it was appointed by Government of India? To foster high ideals of life and new values of life, leading to an integrated way of life. Universal, free, and compulsory education to all aims under goals of education. Universal, free, and compulsory education was also another objective. Prohibition of discrimination on grounds of caste, gender, class, educational interest of the SC/ST, and the educationally backward and disadvantaged group of people. Special protection for education of the minorities and secular education in government-controlled schools. So, after independence, carefully the objectives were finalized. Accordingly, steps were taken as per the suggestion or recommendation given by University Education Commission. Education for SC/ST and minority community, special protection for education of minors, secular education, everything were taken into consideration. Then, Secondary Education Commission. After Indian Education Commission, Government of India also appointed another Education Commission under the leadership and chairmanship of Dr. Mudaliar. Lakshmana Swamy Mudaliar. So it is also known as Mudaliar Commission. In the year 1952, it was appointed, and the commission submitted its report in the year 1953. The commission was given focus on development of democratic citizenship. This is very important because India is a democratic country. So each and every citizen should know to learn the elements of democracy. This is very important. Clarity of thinking, scientific attitude of mind, receptive of new idea, faith in the dignity and worth of every human being, education in the art of living in a community, consent of truth, intellectual integrity, development of tolerance, true patriotism, world citizenship, passion of social justice. So these are obviously develop or improves the democratic training to its citizens. Vocational efficiency, development of personality, education for disciplines, as well as the leadership. After India, a Secondary Education Commission, the most important commission was appointed, that is known as Indian Education Commission. Before independence, in the year 1882, the commission was known as Indian Education Commission or Hunter Commission. Here, after independence, in the year 1964, Indian Education Commission was appointed, and it submitted its report 1966. It is also known as Indian Education Commission, but the chairman was Dr. D.S. Kothari, so the commission is known as Kothari Commission. Clear? The commission focused on increasing national productivity in agriculture sector, productivity in sericulture, horticulture, productivity in different levels should be increased. That is the objective of this commission. How? Through education, productivity can be increased. Achieving social and national integration. So we are living in the country, we should love for country. And national integration, national brotherhood, विश्व भ्रातृत्व ताको आमे कहूचे. So जो विश्व भ्रातृत्वर संपर्क वृद्धि पाई we are think about increasing national productivity, achieving social and national integration. Accelerating the process of modernization. So Now we all are living in the modern world, modern society, because need and requirement is also separate as our parents had. ଆମ ବାପା ମା ମାନଙ୍କର ଯୋଉ ଇଚ୍ଛା ଥିଲା ସେମାନେ ରୁରାଲ ବେଲ୍ଟରେ ରହୁଥିଲେ, ଡେଭଲପ ନ କରିଥିବା ଜାଗାରେ ବସବାସ କରୁଥିଲେ। ଆମେ ଯେତେବେଳେ ରୁରାଲ ବେଲ୍ଟରୁ ଆସି ମଧ୍ୟ ଆମେ ଅର୍ବାନରେ ପହଞ୍ଚିବା ପରେ ଆମମାନଙ୍କର ଏଜୁକେସନ ଏବଂ ସୋସିଆଲ ଯୋଉ ରିଲେସନସିପ ଏନଭାୟରମେଣ୍ଟାଲ କମ୍ପଲସନ ଆମକୁ କଣ କରୁଛି ନା ଡିରେଲ କରିଦଉଛି ଆମ ଲାଇଫରୁ। We are running behind modernization system. Cultivating social, moral, and spiritual values. Three values are very important. One is social values, moral values, and spiritual values. What is social value? Social value is nothing but love of society is the social value. We are living in the society with the common objective, with the common responsibility, and common thoughts that must be maintained, that must be followed up. ଆମେ ଯେହେତୁ ସମାଜରେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ବର୍ଗର ଲୋକ ବାସ କରୁ, ତେଣୁ ସମାଜରେ ଆମ ଥଟ୍ ବା ଚିନ୍ତାଧାରା ଭିନ୍ନ ଭିନ୍ନ, ଫିର୍ ବି ଆମେ ଏକ ମନ ହେଇ ରହିବା ପାଇଁ ସମାଜରେ ଚଳୁ। ଏବଂ ମୋରାଲ ଭ୍ୟାଲୁଜ, another very important is moral values. Moral values କ'ଣ? To be sincere and honest, be helpful, be cooperative, be truthful. In addition to these, what we are learning, what is our experience, what is our past experience or previous knowledge, how we can utilize the previous knowledge to inculcate our moral values. Then spiritual values, believe in God, think about justice and injustice, think about good behavior and bad behavior. So ଆମେ ସଦାବେଳେ ଚିନ୍ତା କରିବା, ଭଲ କାମ କଲେ ଭଲ ଫଳ ପାଇବା, ଖରାପ କାମ କଲେ ଖରାପ ଫଳ ପାଇବା। Then National Policy on Education 1968, National Policy on Education 1968। अच्छा, କିଏ ଯଦି ଜାଣିଛ NPE 1986 ବିଷୟରେ କିଛି କହିବା କଥା ଟିକେ କହିଲ। If anyone has any idea? Yes?
ସାର୍ ଏଥିରେ ଆଡଲ୍ଟ ଏଜୁକେସନ ଉପରେ ଗୁରୁତ୍ୱ ଦିଆ ହେଇଥିଲା, ପୌଢ ଶିକ୍ଷା।
ପୌଢ ଶିକ୍ଷା,
ଆଜ୍ଞା
ଆଚ୍ଛା, ହଁ, ଆଉ କ'ଣ?
ସାର୍ ଭୋକେଶନାଲ ଏଜୁକେସନ।
ଭୋକେଶନାଲ, ଓକେ, any other?
ସାର୍ 6 ରୁ 14 ବର୍ଷ ପର୍ଯ୍ୟନ୍ତ ଫ୍ରି ଆଣ୍ଡ କମ୍ପଲସରି ଏଜୁକେସନ।
ଆଚ୍ଛା, then
Education for women and minority groups.
okay, okay,
10+2+3 system।
okay, very good, very good. So
କୋଠାରୀ କମିଶନ
as per
ଚାଇଲ୍ଡହୁଡ ଏଜୁକେସନ।
very good, କିଛି କିଛି ଆଇଡିଆ ଅଛି, ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ ସମସ୍ତଙ୍କୁ। ଟିକେ ମୁଁ ଆଡ୍ କରୁଛି ତମମାନଙ୍କ ସହିତ ଆଉ ଟିକେ। In national policy 1986 ନୁହେଁ, this is 1968, just after the recommendation of Kothari Commission in the year 1966. In the year 1968, Government of India brought National Policy on Education 1968. The policy has major aims. What are the major aims? Promote national progress and security. Policy recommend kala to promote national progress and security. At national level, how we can progress, compete with Russia, America, developed countries, and how our security will be improved, defense will be spread, improved. Third one is, sorry, second one is radical reconstruction of the education system to improve its quality at all stages. So education system must be improved in its quality, not in quantity. Greater attention of the development of science and technology. So attention was given on development of science and technology. It is very important. Another thing is cultivation of moral values and closer relationship between education and the life of the pupil. Relationship as well as life of the pupil should be closed. Development of a sense of common citizenship and culture, strengthening and national integration, provision of free and compulsory education for all children up to 14, Article 45 of the Constitution. So this is all about the objectives or aims of education as for National Policy on Education 1968. In addition to that, National Policy on Education 1986. एटी टिके कहि रखे, but National Policy on Education 1968 was not effective. Why? ए क्वेश्चन टा सदाले पड़िबो. 1968 जातीय शिक्षा नीति फलप्रद हला नहीं काहे की के कहि परिबो? जे कहिबो से भल पिला हबो. को हेलो कमे एते अच्छे कहीं कहि परिबा नहीं. Try to speak. Why National Policy on Education 1968?
कोठर कमिशन जो नेतृत्व गुड़िक निया ताकू पूरण करागलानी ठीक भाव में कार्यकारी हो पारला नहीं.
अच्छा अब के कहबो
it lacked implementation strategy and was
Okay.
also
any other अनके देखो सेतिकी इंपोर्टेंट रीजन टा कहलनी जे लेख नोट कर.
फंडिंग
लैक ऑफ फंडिंग तमे सब कहउछ ठीक कि गोटे मेजर रीजन थिला
सर पर्सनल
डिसेंट्रलाइजेशन ऑफ एजुकेशन.
ना आ टिके चिंता कर हे जो
सर पिला मानकर पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट पई किछि रोल नथिला सेथि पई कि
listen. How many lists are there? Central list, state list, concurrent list.
list.
When এটা মনে রাখো ভালো ভাবে, when National Policy on Education 1968 came into existence by Government of India, in then time education was in state list. So when education was in state list, central government cannot force the state government to implement. So implementation side was very poor by state governments. This is the major reason why it was failed. But when National Policy on Education 1986 came into existence in the year 1986, before that time, through amendment, education became or placed into concurrent list. Okay, this is the reason. मुख्य तमे जहा कहिलो ठीक एटा हला मुख्य कथाटा अमेंडमेंट रे 86 पूर्वरु concurrent list की एजुकेशन चली जाई छी. तेणु it was effective. So as for NP 1986, education is essential for all. This is fundamental to our all-round development, both material and spiritual. It refers sensitivity and perceptions that contribute to national cohesion, a scientific temper and independent of mind, promotion of national integration and adherence of certain values and concerns through introduction of a national core curriculum, observance of secular scientific and moral values, secular values, scientific values and moral values ଉପରେ ମଧ୍ୟ focus ଦିଆଗଲା, creation of an awareness of the importance of protection of environment and observance of small family or environment protection, stress on commitment of the youth to manual work and social service. Education develops manpower for different levels of the economy. তাহলে এই ସବୁ ଥିଲା objectives of National Policy on Education 1986. Then Acharya Ramamurthy Committee. Acharya Ramamurthy Committee suggested for education must provide a techno-informative or a sound knowledge base, empowering the person through knowledge. One is techno-informative or a sound knowledge base, which empowering the person through knowledge. So education must provide opportunities to acquire skills through engaging the students in a variety of process and situations.
ସାର୍ ଟିକେ ପ୍ରିଭିୟସ୍ ସ୍ଲାଇଡ୍ଟା ଦେଖାନ୍ତୁ। ଆଜ୍ଞା।
Okay. So education must further provide a climate for the nurture of values. Education must play an intervenency and catalyst role for promoting national cohesion and unity by empowering the students to become agents of social change. Policy framework for reforms in education 2000. This is Ambani Birla report. Under the report, vision of education was, or vision of education in India has to inspire the creation of the knowledge-based society. What to create? Create knowledge-based society. Another is induce competitiveness to foster a sense of cooperation. The vision for education in India would be to create a competitive yet cooperative knowledge-based society. Competitive society as well as cooperative society. With this, what are the strategic objectives were there? Provide quality primary education facilities to every citizen of India within a distance of 1 kilometer from his residence. गोटे पिला ता घर ठारू 1 किलोमीटर रेडियस भितर प्राइमरी स्कूल रे पाइबो एवं से पाठ पढ़िया पाइबो. Provide and support the private sector in the establishment of high quality secondary education facilities in every taluk. Encourage the establishment of world class higher education facilities at every district and headquarters. District headquarters higher education facility there. Encourage the creation of a state-of-the-art professional research-based education institutions in all disciplines. Arrange institutes of education for physical education and education for the challenged. ତେଣୁ ଏ ସବୁ ଥିଲା strategic objectives of କାହାର strategic objective ଥିଲା? Hello?
Acharya Ramamurthy Committee.
ସେ କହୁନ ଏତେ ସମୟ ଲାଗୁଛି। Then integrate education with information and communication technology. आमे एजुकेशन टाकू कम्युनिकेशन आईसीटी सहित इंटीग्रेशन करिबा। काहे करिबा ना टू क्रिएट अ स्मार्ट स्कूल। आमे त स्मार्ट स्कूल कथा चिंता करू छे, इंटीग्रेशन इज मस्ट, आईसीटी इंटीग्रेशन। नेटवर्क एंड डिलीवर एजुकेशन एंड ट्रेनिंग, institutionalize distance education, create a maintain database, continuously analyze trends, develop human resources required for the education process, continuously upgrade educational content in multiple media. These are the different suggestions for integrating education with information and communication technology. National Curriculum Framework of Schools 2005. It is very NCF 2005. ସମସ୍ତେ এটা ମନେ ରଖିବା ଦରକାର। এই NCF 2005 ର ଗୋଟେ ପାଞ୍ଚଟା ଗାଇଡିଂ ପ୍ରିନ୍ସିପଲ ଅଛି। How many guiding principles?
5.
Five.
Five guiding principles.
Very good. Can you say what are they?
ଟିକେ previous slide ଟା ଦେଖିବେ। ଟିକେ previous slide ଟା ଦେଖିବେ।
ତ ଏତେ ସମୟ ମୁଁ କହୁଛି ତମେ ନେଇ ପାରୁନ?
Sir, to connect real life situation, connect book. It's
Okay. To connect real life.
to
Again,
connect
repeat.
school education to the real life education, the real life
Okay.
situation.
You bring the classroom to the outside world. Yes, am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Very good. Then any other?
Curriculum beyond the textbook.
Design the curriculum beyond the textbook. So there is adaptation of curriculum. Need assessment is there. As per need, the curriculum should be designed. And the techniques and strategy are to be designed for implementation. The first is the commitment to democratic values of equality, justice and freedom. तीनटा कथा मन रखिबा. Equality, justice and freedom. Independence of thought and action. Value-based decision making independently and collectively. New situations in a flexible and creative manner. The curriculum needs to emphasize the process of constructing knowledge, choices in life and ability to participate in democratic process. Appreciation of beauty and art forms an integral part of human life. So International Commission on Education for the 21st Century Learning, the treasure within, aims that it is known as also Dollar Commission. They focused on कहाँ पर फोकस कले? The tension between the global and the local, the tension between universal and individual, tension between tradition and modernity, tension between long-term and short-term consideration, tension between the need of competition and concern the quality of opportunity, the tension between extraordinary expansion of knowledge, the human beings' capacity to assimilate it, the tension between the spiritual and material values. এই কথাগুড়াক মধ্যে সে কহিଥିଲେ। The commission advocated 4 types of learning. The Dollar Commission advocated 4 types of learning. What are they? Learning to know. Learning to know means to acquire the instruments to understand or for understanding. आमे ठीक रे बुझिबा पई आमे लर्न करिबा. Learning to know. Learning to do, to act creatively on one's environment. जनक पछरे न जाई, learning to do, to act creatively on one's environment. आम परिवेश रे आमे कोन करिबा ना विभिन्न काम करिया पई क्रिएटिविटी की डेवलप करिबा. Learning to live together. Learning to live together means to participate and cooperate with other people in all human activities. जेते सब मानवीय कार्यक्रम अछि ए समस्त मानवीय कार्यक्रम रे हम अंशग्रहण करिबा आवश्यकता रही छै. To participate and cooperate with other people in all human activities. Learning to be means to be an essential progression which proceed from the previous 3. आमे भलो मनुष्य होबा पे चेष्टा करिबा, भलो काम करिबा, learning to be परा हला. ए चारिटा होची 4 types of learning objectives as per Dollar Commission. In the traditional system of education, the first two aims of education have been the major focus. However, there is a need to make all of the aims of education an integrated part of the organizing learning system. This is all about Unit 11. Unit 12, then we can discuss about Unit 12. 1 minute. दुई मिनिट ब्रेक मु गोटे शेयर करूची गोटे मटेरियल इटा गोटे मटेरियल शेयर करूची हां okay whether the slide is visible now
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
this is not slide this is a pdf and ei chapter ta ma kari par nathili dekha aims of education by different Indian thinkers. The very important thinker is Rabindranath Tagore. The Vishwa Kavi Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore किए अनम्यूट किए रखिछि म्यूट कर सविता सुरीन so Rabindranath Tagore was famous for who can say
Gitanjali.
Gitanjali.
yes very good he is famous for Gitanjali and Santiniketan. The institution he founded that became the national university one day, it was not his hope and thought. से निजे जानी नथिले जे जो अनुष्ठान टी से आरंभ करथिले से आज केंद्रीय विश्वविद्यालय रे परिणत हबो बोली. So Rabindranath Tagore was the famous world famous poet, Vishwa Kavi, and is popularly known as Gurudev. The respected teacher, he was awarded the Nobel Prize for his book Gitanjali. Santiniketan and Vishwabharati are the renowned contributions of Tagore in the field of education. Tagore was the obstacle of truth, value and beauty. Satya, Shivam, Sundar. He had strong confidence in the supreme being and regarded him as omnipresent. से ईश्वर को ऊपर बहुत विश्वास करुथिले. So according to him, child learn from the nature. Child learn from the nature. गोटे पिला नेचर रु शिखि थाए बा पढ़ी थाए. The aim of education of Rabindranath Tagore is to encourage and foster freedom thought, independent spirit and free will, to promote moral and spiritual development of an individual and liberate him from different kinds of bondage, develop the ability hello ନାଇଁ ମୁଁ ପୁରା କ୍ଲାସରେ ଅଛି, ମୁଁ ଏଠୁ ବ୍ରେକ୍ ହେଲା ମାନେ ପିଲା ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ ହଉଛନ୍ତି ନା। ଆଇ ଏମ୍ ଟେକିଂ ଦି କ୍ଲାସ୍। ଏବେ ବି ଡିଷ୍ଟର୍ବ, ମୁଁ ରେକର୍ଡିଂରେ ରହିଛି ନା, ଏବେ ଆପଣଙ୍କ ସହିତ କଥା ହଉଛି, ଏଇଟା ରେକର୍ଡିଂ ହଉଥିବ। ଓକେ। So it develop the ability of assimilation and application of new ideas and knowledge, and the ability of thinking and imagination. It make the younger generation aware of their national cultural heritage and grasps its significance for them. Make Indian men and women more rational and less subject to meaningless social and individual rituals. Develop the individual personality as well as the social characteristics. Develop the fellow feeling among students and enable them to render social service and society service to the country. So service to mankind is service to God. It was also another thought of naturalistic. Then Mahatma Gandhi. We know Mahatma Gandhi the father of nation. आमे समस्ते जानिचे महात्मा गांधी की जातिर पिता से. Due to him we got independence. Our country became free from British rule. Mahatma Gandhi was not a freedom fighter. He was not a only social reformer, but he was also a very good educationist. We know the Vardha scheme of education, the basic education system. It was his concept, Mahatma Gandhi's concept. So bring all-round development, that is body, mind and spirit of the children. Everyone should learn what? Vocational education. Vocational education makes everyone self-reliant, self-dependent. When every citizen will become self-dependent, automatically the country will become self-dependent. This was the objective of Mahatma Gandhi. Under his philosophy of education, what did he say? Under his philosophy of education, sir, educational philosophy of education, he thought about Sarvodaya Samaj, characteristics of which are social justice, peace, non-violence and modern humanism. केते सुंदर कथा कहिथिले कि कॉन्सेप्ट समानकर विजन थिला सोशल जस्टिस. So all the people in the society should get justice, peace, non-violence, modern humanism. Okay. J. Krishnamurti, another educationist is J. Krishnamurti. Jiddu Krishnamurti is regarded throughout the world as one of the greatest thinker and religious teachers of all times. He is a religious teacher who calls for a spirit of doubt and inquiry. In the field of he did not expound any philosophy of religion, but rather talked of the things that concern all of us in our day-to-day life or everyday life. Krishnamurti himself belonged to no religion, section or country, nor did he describe to any school of political and theological thought. Thus, his teaching transcend all man-made boundaries of religions, religious belief, nationalist sentiment, and sectarian outlook. What are the aim of education of J. Krishnamurti, Jiddu Krishnamurti? Under aim of education, we can say observant, mechanical and deeply thoughtless. According to him, education is not merely acquired knowledge, gathering, correcting facts. It is to create human beings who are integrated and therefore intelligent. The purpose of education is not to produce mere scholars, technicians, and job hunters, but integrated men and women who are mature, free of fear, and who have self-awareness and love and goodness. तार्थ थिले थाउ पछे गुण हजार चरित्र नथिले सबु असार ए कथाटी आमे माने लोकाली ମଧ୍ୟ କଥାବାର୍ତ୍ତା ହଉଛେ କହୁଛେ ବିଭିନ୍ନ ପରିସ୍ଥିତିରେ କାହିଁ କହୁଛେ if an individual has no character, no moral values, no social and ethical, କିଏ ରେ ସିଏ ବର୍ଷା ମିଶ୍ର କିଏ mute yourself ବର୍ଷା ମିଶ୍ର so moral and ethical values, so automatically one cannot treated as the good being of this system. So according to J. Krishnamurti, aim of education are varied, what we discussed now. Then we can think about another philosopher who is Gijubhai Badeka. Gijubhai Badeka is known as Gujubhai Girij Shankar Bhagmanji Badeka. Bhagmanji Badeka. In shortly, we know Gijubhai Badeka. So Gijubhai, a great thinker from Gujarat, who was a great pioneer in the field of preschool education in India and advocated the child-centered education. ଆମେ ଆଜି ଯୋଉ କଥା କହୁଛେ teacher centered shifted to child centered shifted to learning centered. So now basically Gijubhai was a teacher and then became the headmaster of high school. He was not happy with the type of education given to the children. He resigned from this high school and started Bal Mandir, a school of children of 3 years. 3 ବର୍ଷର ପିଲାଙ୍କୁ ନେଇ ଗୋଟେ ବାଲ ମନ୍ଦିର ତିଆରି କଲେ ହାଇ ସ୍କୁଲରୁ ରିଜାଇନ୍ କରି ଚାକିରି. On an experimental basis, in this experimentation, he could realize his dream of a school for children where there would be no fear of the cane, a place to which they would go willingly and not to dragged or bribed by parents. ମାନେ ସେ କହିଲେ ଯୋଉଠି ବେତ ଫେତ ନାହିଁ ଫିୟର ଅଫ କେନ୍ ନାହିଁ ଯୋଉଠି ସେଠି ପିଲାମାନେ ଏଗରଲି ଯିବେ କିନ୍ତୁ ଆମେ ଏବେ ଯୋଡ଼ି ଦେଇଛେ if we make the classroom student centric means attractive, there is no restriction, there is freedom to discussion, reading, discussion, everything. So ei gudaka hele pila manko interest rest kare pila mane janti frequently school. Gijubhai was influenced by the theoretical base of Madam Montessori and evolved his own method, rejecting the traditional way of educating children. आमे जो traditional पिला को A B C D सिखौचे. So Gijubhai told, no, this is the not right method for the children. So other methods should be adopted, and that method was developed by Gijubhai Badeka. Under this philosophy, aim of education is different type of education. That emphatic in say that instead of imposing adult Indias on children, they must be given an opportunity to learn something. Another very famous Indian philosopher is educational philosopher is Aurobindo Ghosh. We know Aurobindo Ghosh, everyone. किए जानना Aurobindo Ghosh को? अरे Aurobindo Ghosh को किए जानते ना जानना? हैं?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Who is Aurobindo Ghosh?
Yes, a renowned spiritual thinker.
खाली नॉन स्पिरिचुअल थिंकर ना किछि
A educationalist, a poet,
educationist, poet, social reformer, freedom fighter. He also got ICS service, ICS, Indian Civil Service during British rule, but he refused it. He quoted arrested for being a freedom fighter. Arrest भी ହେଇଥିଲେ ହେଲା. But being an educationist, Aurobindo Ghosh emerged out of his own life for education, experiences and insight. ତାଙ୍କ throughout life ସେ ବିତେଇ ଦେଲେ for the development of education through acquiring own or practical experience and insightful learning. He had a very good background of Indian culture and heritage. very good background of Indian culture and heritage. So Indian culture is different, heritage is also. What are the different Indian culture and heritage? That was the passion of him to learn, to go there. He had a very good background of Indian culture and heritage, insight into a modern scientific life and familiarity with the Western civilization. He brought about a synthesis of the Eastern and Western culture and master and spirit. लाइन टा नहीं जे बड़ समस्या कलानी हो
ହଁ ସାର୍ ବର୍ଷା ହଉଛି।
नहीं नहीं वर्षा नहीं एठी किंतु लाइन टा कटि जाइछ तो लाइट लगाई देखा जाउ
ବ୍ୟାଟନିଂ ବି ହଉଛି।
ए पर्यंत भी लाइन टा आसीनी ओके सो according to him the educational philosophy is or aims of education is beauty. One is the discipline of a beauty should involve a program of physical education in order to build a body that is beautiful in form. But I am calling physical education. Aurobindo Ghosh advocated for physical education to have or to maintain physically fit. He also gave stress on mind or antarkona, jota ame kahuche, the instrument of the educationist, and it consists of 4 layers like chitta, manasa, buddhi, genius. He also further advocated for moral education and believed on best kind of moral education is to habituate man and individual to the right emotions and noblest associations. So habit formation is very important. What type of habit we have formed, what type of life we are going to maintain, that should be based on the human values, moral values, and social values. So these are all about the philosophers. We have already discussed. Then another slide I am sharing. Another slide I am sharing just. Unit 13. This is Unit 13. This is Block 4. Unit 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Under Block 13, Unit 13, meaning and concept of curriculum. Meaning and concept of curriculum. You see, curriculum is the list of content thought of the students. What is curriculum? The curriculum is the list of content taught to the students. Ame pilangu jaha padhauche. That may be curricular activity, other curricular activity, or activities related to socio-personal quality. All together is known as curriculum. Curriculum is a set of subjects, activities. Curriculum is the syllabus followed in a school and college. Curriculum is the program of school and college activities. Curriculum is a set of study materials. Curriculum includes both curricular and extracurricular activities. Gote printing error hai SPQ. Curricular, extracurricular, and SPQ activities, socio-personal quality related activities. If we think about the definition of curriculum, so curriculum as a product, that is curriculum planning and development. Curriculum as a program, students' choice of course within a given program. Curriculum as intent learning outcomes. What is the learner? what is to be learned from and how it is to be learned. कौन पढ़िबा केमिति पढ़िबा, that is very important. That is intended learning outcome. Curriculum as a planned learner experiences, that is analysis of students learning experiences. पिलार समस्त लर्निंग एक्सपीरियंस को आमे एनालाइज करिबा. नेक्स्ट, this is curriculum. You take the screenshot of the slide first.
Taken, sir.
Okay, have you got it?
Yes, sir.
So it
Yes,
says
sir.
about systems theory,
Yes, sir.
technology, sociology, psychology, supervision, organizational theory, management, subject areas, philosophy, communication theory. So in all together, we can say it is a curriculum. So classification of curriculum, it is very important to understand and remember. One is overt or explicit curriculum. What is overt curriculum? Overt curriculum depends on experiences, curricular and co-curricular areas. We know in a school and college, curricular areas related to different texts, different subjects, for different papers. We are reading, remembering, and writing in the examination and getting the certificate. In addition to the regular experience and regular intentionally planned by the school, college, and university activities, sometimes we can face other activities which can be related to planned activities of school, college, and universities. It consists of knowledge, skill, attitude, and values which are overtly provided to the learners. Second is hidden and implicit curriculum. One is overt and explicit, जोटा पूरा over बाहर को जाना पड़ुथिबो. Hidden, it is intended or unnoticed curriculum. आको हमें जानी परिबे देखि परिबानी. एटा भीतर किंतु थिबो. School, college, or university organization does not consciously plan and design such curriculum. Various non-verbal behavior like gesture, posture, eye contact, appreciation of student behavior by nodding, the teacher conveys many things. That is hidden and implicit curriculum. Third one is null curriculum. This curriculum has not been taught. Null curriculum ta padha jay nahi. Curriculum matters are not consciously but are taught by our silence. A curriculum of social students includes history, geography, and civics, but not anthropology, economics, sociology, and psychology. But the latter subject areas are silently taught to be subjects through the social studies curriculum. Hence, the latter subject area comprise a null curriculum. माने आमे जेतेबेले गोटे विषय पढुचु आ गोटे विषय जदि तार रिलेटेड नुहे ताहले ताको आमे नल करिकुलम कहि था. अप्रोचेस टू करिकुलम, करिकुलम फ्रेमवर्क कला बेले कोन अप्रोच आमे सब व्यवहार करथा. द फर्स्ट अप्रोच इज बिहेवियरल और रैशनल अप्रोच. इट इज बेस्ड ऑन ए लॉजिकल साइंटिफिक पर्सपेक्टिव and it emerged out of research in behavioral science. Ame behavioral science research karuche tara amera findings. This approach is known as logical positivist, conceptual, empiricist, and experimentalist, rational, scientific, and technocratic. Similarly, second approach is managerial approach, systems managerial approach. It gives focus on behavioral rational, व्यवहार ऊपर इटा focus देता है. Intellectual academic approach, it looks at schooling and education from a broad perspective and discuss education from a historical philosophical angle. ताला में education को historical philosophical angle ले आलोचना करूं, but it has a broad perspective in the field. That is known as intellectual academic approach. Humanistic aesthetic approach is there. emphasizes the uniqueness of each child, and the curriculum has to be designed and developed based on the needs, interest, and ability of the children. So, these are the four approaches of curriculum construction. Sorry, five. Another approach is reconceptualized approach is there. Curriculum in Indian perspective. Different reports of commission and commissions are there. Basing on the different reports of commissions and committees, curriculum basic criteria and process are: number one, curricular criteria, relevance in terms of age, location, and content, geographic location. A student of Ladakh may not be able to comprehend a description of a local in Jajpur. Developmental stages of the learners, coherence and connectivity, equity and excellence. These are the covered under curricular criteria, under curriculum, that is the basic criteria and process. Then curriculum process. Another is curriculum process. Curricular policy leads to a curricular structure, curriculum development, implementation, monitoring, review, and revision. Similarly, curriculum policy also derived from the vision of education reflected in the National Education Policy and based on curricular issues and concern social, economic, cultural, and technological factors determine to the kind of educational system. What is the curricular structure? In NEP 1986, NP 1986 and NEP 2020, there are two types of structure. One is 10 plus 2 plus 3 pattern. Here, 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 pattern. Okay. So, curriculum implementation. For implementing the curriculum, development of syllabus is essential. Preparation of textbook is also another requirement, requisite. Development if student support materials are there. Orientation and training of teachers and administrative staff is also very important. Then, curriculum review and revision. Curriculum should be reviewed time to time and revised from time to time as per need of the time and society. Therefore, the curriculum cannot be affected anyway. Curriculum and the role of teachers. Curriculum transaction and evaluation is very important. Teaching, learning would be more effective if the teacher is involved in the process of the curriculum development. Work in close proximity with the learners, engage in individual study, interact with other teachers and share their curricular experiences. Curriculum change, how we can bring the change in curriculum. So who are the stakeholders? The students, parents, educators, researchers, community members, business community, political officials, pressure groups. Even samaste hochandi stakeholders. All are stakeholders. Okay? All our stakeholders can bring change in the system of curriculum. This is all about Unit 13. Unit 14 is about foundations of curriculum, philosophical foundations and curriculum. Philosophy and curriculum both are interchangeable, interdiscipline. This curriculum is meant for school purposes. Curriculum is meant for school purposes. Suggestion from subject specialists, use of philosophy, use of psychology of learning, studies of contemporary life, studies of learners. Dadi, आमे स्कूल पर्पजेस रे philosophy and curriculum को discussion करूचे, we have go through all the elements, that is suggestion from subject specialist, use of philosophy, use of psychology on laboratory, studies of contemporary life, स्टूडेंट्स ऑफ लर्नर्स ए समस्त दिगरु हमको विचार करबा पड़े। Then what is idealism? Idealism is the moral and spiritual reality, truth and values as absolute, timeless, and universal. The world of mind and ideas is permanent. Realism stress logic and lessons and experience the mind. Then lighter community and exercise the mind. Hello, am I audible now? ମୁଁ କାଲି
Yes,
କହୁଥିଲି
sir.
आ पूर्व क्लास रे कहूଥିଲି what is idealism, what is pragmatism, what is naturalism मन ଅଛି ନା नहीं?
Yes, sir.
Pragmatism is based on experimentalism, and what change is there, what process were followed for bringing the change. Learning occurs on a person engages in problem solving, which is transferable to a wide variety of subjects and situations. A very important ism is existentialism. Here learners should be given the freedom to choose what to study and also to determine what criteria to determine this truth. Modern Indian educationists and their contribution of curriculum is Rabindranath Tagore, Mahatma Gandhi, जोटा आमे आलोचना करि सारिछे. Basic craft education, mother tongue, mathematics, social studies, general science, drawing and science. Aurobindo Ghosh, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh philosophy of integral education is derived from the teaching of Taittiriya Upanishad. Sociological foundation of curriculum, that is society, education and schooling, social change and the curriculum, growth of technology, structure of family, cultural diversity. Planning of curriculum change is students, parents, education, researcher, community members, business, communities, political leaders, etc. Psychological foundation of curriculum is known as learning theories and curriculum, and humanistic psychology is there. Learning theories and curriculum, I am कहबा behaviorist theory and cognitive theory, human psychology. So Marshall's theory is come under humanistic theory, psychology, that is psychological needs, safety need, love and belongingness. एटा टिके किछि डाउट हेले पचार. ए जे Marshall's theory, psychological needs, in Marshall's theory there is psychological needs necessary to maintain life, such as need of food, water, oxygen. Our psychological need hochi food, water, oxygen. Safety need to protect oneself or avoid danger. गोटे shelter रहिबो. घरटे निहात दरकार.
Sir, 12 minutes later,
Workplace दरकार. Love and belongingness needs to have a loving. देखिए मैं कोई सारे देखिए. To have a loving relationship with people and to have a place in society. आमे समाज रे बंचुचे भाईचारा नीति रे आमे बंचिबा हला आजि मले काली की दिन आमे सब कहूचे तेनो आमे कोन करिबा ना we have to develop a good relationship with the people and to have a very better place in the society. समाज रे हमु जेम समस्त भल कहिबे. esteem need होची need to be recognized as a whole worthwhile pursuing. Self actualization need मध्ये अछि to develop into a best person in accordance with one's fullest potentiality. Last is knowing and understanding. This is very important steps of Marshall's theory of learning, and it comes under humanistic psychology.
Sir,
कितना नंबर
esteem
स्लाइड
need
है?
टा टिके क्लियर कर दियंतु.
केते नंबर स्लाइड कौन एस्टीम्ड
Esteem needs. What is esteem needs?
esteem need है needs to be recognized as a worthwhile pursuit means worth the need which is we have a different type of need but in between all the needs one need is very important मते
Yes,
भोक
sir.
होउची शोष होउची आउ गोटे जागा को जीवा को इच्छा होउची which is very important need for me
To eat and
To drink water.
to drink water very good
yes, sir.
तेणु पानी टा न पीले जीवन टा छाड़ी जीवो so that is my esteem need after that I can eat आ गोटे जागा को नगले भी चलिबो किंतु for survive in the society water drinking and food is very essential केते नंबर साइड के कहतला
12 number sir.
हां नियो स्क्रीनशॉट नियो गला
Again sir.
okay then transfer
Sir,
of
excuse me, sir.
कुआ
Sir, slide number 13 रे बोधे by mistakenly सेटा psychological हेगला सर सेटा physiological होबो ना सर एब्राहम मैस्लो रो थ्योरी जोटा अछि
13 रे
slide number 13 sir 13
कोन
सेटा
कोटा
मैस्लो थ्योरी अंडर psychological needs है सेटा physiological needs होबो ना सर
Yes teacher.
को जगह रे अछि साइकोलॉजिकल नीड तो
हां सर सर सेटा physiological होबो
हां
सर
हेटा
क्योंकि मैस्लो
फिजियोलॉजिकल
थ्योरी
नीड कर दियो
physiological होछि
राइट हां राइट से एठी जोड़े तीनटा स्लाइड कहीं प्रॉब्लम एपट सेपट हो जाईची मतलब सजाड़िया पड़ियो काल देखियो एना मोर नजर को आसला ए जो एटा मध्य रिपीट हेचा पूर्व स्लाइड रे अछि जो 12 स्लाइड रे जो देखुछ एगुडा सब प्लानिंग फॉर करिकुलम चेंज ता पूर्व जो टागोर फागर गुडा थिला 13 रु कटि के ठीक केमत रहि जाईची आ ठीक अछि ताको तमे एति की जानि जाओ ट्रांसफर ऑफ लर्निंग इज मींट फॉर सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन डेवलपमेंट टास्क व्हाट इज सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन के कहबो शेयर करबो व्यूटा व्हाट इज सेल्फ एक्चुअलाइजेशन
Self-realization.
self realization very good development task what is development task always learning is meant for development of the individual because it is transfer from one to another to give information to give support service to give good idea therefore on the process of development transfer of learning is highly required unit 15 is about curriculum planning curriculum planning is the orderly study and improvement of schooling in light of state different objectives one is levels of curriculum planning one is national level jetala ame curriculum plan karuche the topmost level is national level that is national level in national level identifying important subject matter facts principles concepts etc deciding on a sequence in which the subject matter may be taught from specific to general or from easy to difficult when we teach when we plan anything so everything should be designed from easy to difficult or general to specific specific to general listing supplementary materials for further studies in the particular area subject area suggesting tests that learners might take to check their progress then state level at state level what we are doing it should be local authorities have the prerogative of setting up their own program based on local needs and preferences आमे जदि कहिबा the need of the rural area is not equal with the need of the hill stations the people who are living in hill stations The need of plain area is different from the need of tribal area. Rural, urban, tribal, non-tribal, hill station, plain area. So different areas are there, different as per their experience and their ability, their need is different. Are statewide program and standards necessary to ensure the quality of education for learners across a state? That must be think about it. Are state level personnel more qualified to develop curriculum plans than local teachers? How do state level curriculum guides and mandates affect the role of the teacher at the local level? So everything should be planned and designed under state level planning. Then system wide level. What are some present problems or ideas in the district that could be referred to the curriculum planning committee? What methods can to be used to have a fair representation of various groups such as teachers, administrators, and citizens? Which issues the curriculum committee could classify as not appropriate for consideration? So these are the questions related to systemic wide levels. Then building or institution level, then teacher team level. National ru state, state ru ame asile district, district ru block, block ru institutional level, तापरे teacher level. Then गोटे पर गोटे जदि level दे के हमें जिबा, ताहले you can make a very good plan and it can give benefit to the public. Individual teacher level, in developing curriculum plans for any teacher, for teaching any subject, the individual teacher should make a plan. Are what I कही दउची, suppose the headmaster assigned me to teach English in class 9 in the month of April. April मासरे मते headmaster assign कले मु इंग्रजी विषय नवम क्लास रे पढ़ाई. So what is my duty first? So I have to make a plan for the year. And then the yearly plan will be divided into month wise, and month wise plan will be divided into week wise, and week wise plan will be divided into day wise. So day to day, every day I can do the classroom activities, organize the classroom activities as per my plan. Similarly, when I can make as a teacher, I can make the plan, then I can take the help of my colleagues or any of the other experts. That is cooperative learning planning level. Principles of curriculum planning. Under curriculum planning, these are the very important principles, like experience of the learners is very important. Content, decision about both content and process. Variety of issues and topics are to be included. Divide the students into different groups. Continuous evaluation must be there. Different aspects of planning are there. Foundational aspect, that is philosophy, psychology, sociology, goals. Curriculum planning is done without considering these broad goals, statements, general objectives. The learners matures from childhood to adulthood. That is also placed in the curriculum planning. Then improvement of curriculum planning, time to time, interest changes, experience changes, learning changes, wanting or desire also changes. So curriculum planning should be designed accordingly. Trends and issues in curriculum. One is really irrelevant curriculum is there for society and individual. Fixed curriculum is there. Trivial curriculum is there. So everything, trivial curriculum con emphasis on rote learning and relevant facts and figures. That is trivial curriculum. Fixed curriculum, there is no modification. Barsa there is a curriculum chalthibo. It is irrelevant curriculum. Emerging curriculum, liberal education, global education, interdisciplinary education, education for secularism are known as emerging curriculum. Future trends in curriculum, impact of information and communication technology, distance education are future trends in curriculum. So this is all about, we discuss unit 15. Then unit 16 is here. Unit 16 is models of curriculum design and development, different components of curriculum design are there. Here you can see in the slide. One is objective, then method and organization, then evaluation, then subject matter. So objective, subject matter, method and design, organization, evaluation. এই जो पिक्चरটা ଅଛି এইটা কোন বুঝୁଛ মতে ଟିକେ କହିଲ शेयर କଲ ତମର কোন ବୁଝୁଛ please come up with your views
All are
and opinions.
correlated.
Eh?
Subject matter, evaluation, objectives, method and organization, all are correlated.
Very good. Very good. All are correlated. When we fix the objective, as per objective, we take the help of method and how to organize the activities. ଏସବୁ କଲା ପରେ କାହା ଉପରେ ଆମେ କରୁଛେ ନା ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ନେଇକି ମଧ୍ୟ ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ମ୍ୟାଟରକୁ ଆମେ ଡିସାଇଡ୍ କରୁଛେ ଲାଷ୍ଟରେ ତାକୁ ଆମେ ଇଭାଲୁଏଟ୍ କରୁଛେ ଇଭାଲୁଏଟ୍ରେ ପୁଣି ପୋର ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସ ଆସିଲା ପୁଣି ସେ ପରଫର୍ମାନ୍ସ ଇମ୍ପ୍ରୁଭ୍ କରିବା ପାଇଁ ପୁଣି ଅବଜେକ୍ଟିଭ ଫିକ୍ସ କରିବା ପୁଣି ତା ପାଇଁ ମେଥଡ ଆଉ ଅର୍ଗାନାଇଜେସନକୁ ଡିସାଇଡ୍ କରିବା ତାର ସବଜେକ୍ଟ ମ୍ୟାଟରକୁ ଫାଇନାଲ କରିବା ଇମ୍ପ୍ଲିମେଣ୍ଟେସନ ପରେ ପୁଣି ଆଉଥରେ ଇଭାଲୁଏସନ କରିବା So it is a cycling process. It is correlated. All the activities are correlated. Sources of curriculum design, one is science as a source, society as a source. I mean scientific knowledge by idea knows curriculum design kala bale. So it is a science as a source and society ro bibhino information inputs ame knows. So society is also a source in curriculum design. Knowledge as a source and learner as a source. ये चार्टा को सोर्स को हम व्यवहार करता हूँ What are the dimensions of curriculum design? One dimension is scope, another is integration, third one is sequence. What is scope? Scope means breadth, variety and types of educational experience. This is scope. Integration means learning becomes meaningful when content from one field is interrelated to content from another field. Physics to chemistry, mathematics to physics, history to anthropology. Okay. So these are the different examples of integration. Sequence must be maintained. While arranging the components of curriculum, a vertical sequence should be followed. That is, there should be a vertical relationship. If horizontal sequence is required, so it is known as horizontal relationship. And always we should go from simple to complex.
Sir, integration ta ଟିକେ ଆଉ ଟିକେ ବୁଝେଇ ଦିଅନ୍ତୁ.
Integration means a physics subject is related to chemistry. Mathematics is related to physics. History is related to anthropology. So these are the integration. So one subject is integrated to another subject. One knowledge or idea can be used in another field. ମୁଁ mathematics ପଢିଲି ମୁଁ ଯେତେବେଳେ ଘରେ ହିସାବ ପତ୍ର କରୁଛି ମାର୍କେଟିଂ କରୁଛି ବ୍ୟବହାର ହେଉଛି. So there is integration of knowledge. So always we can go from simple to complex, that is part to whole and whole to part, and always we can go from chronological learning. One after another we can proceed and learn different facts. Okay, so then continuity. Reception of all skills and ideas in the curriculum should be maintained in a continuity manner. There must not be any interruption or break. Articulation or balance, interrelated of concept of a curriculum. The relation can be either vertical or horizontal. That is articulation and balance. Either horizontal or vertical. Relationship must be there.
Sir,
Subject.
chronological learning means learning according to our age.
Not only कही दूसरी रही था. Chronological learning, it is not related to our age. Chronological learning ଯେମିତି ଏଜ୍ ଟାକୁ ତମେ କହୁଛ 5 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲା ତାପରେ 6 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲା 7 ବର୍ଷ ହେଲା ଗ୍ରାଜୁଆଲି ସେ ଏକ୍ସପିରିଏନ୍ସ ଗେନ୍ କରୁଛି ସେମିତି continuously the learning should be there. Continuously there must not be break. ମୁଁ ଯଦି addition ଶିଖୁଛି then subtraction ଶିଖିବି subtraction ପରେ multiplication ପରେ ମୁଁ addition ଶିଖିକି division ଶିଖି ପାରିବିନି.
Yes sir, that means
one after another.
Yes sir.
One after another sequentially the learning can be imparted.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
So curricular approach is subject area approach. Another is broad field approach. Subject area approach. Curriculum is planned around separate subject area or discipline. सदाबले आमे विभिन्न सब्जेक्ट रा विभिन्न करिकुलम आमे डिजाइन करता मैथमेटिक्स रा अलगा फिजिक्स रा अलगा हिस्ट्री रा अलगा ओडिया रा अलगा इंग्लिश रा अलगा ब्रॉड फील्ड अप्रोच रे करिकुलम इज नॉट compartmentalized into rigid subject boundaries जेतला आमे ब्रॉड फील्ड अप्रोच कथा अछु विभिन्न सब्जेक्ट मिसी की गोटे करिकुलम से मिसी की Teachers have greater flexibility to choose the content. Any content they can choose and they can teach. Learners can see the interrelatedness of various subject areas in the curriculum. So it is broad field approach. Subject like a narrow approach. Gote subject इतिहास भूगोल विज्ञान गणित इति गला subject area broad भेगले सब मिसी मासी की थिबो. It is broad subject field approach. Okay. Then what are the models of curriculum? Curriculum should be learner centered and it should be based on problem solving approach. Models of curriculum development is technical scientific model, curriculum the concept, diagnostics, content selection, experience selection, implementation, evaluation, maintenance. So we know type of models wo chara a curriculum ra not essential kintu eguda ka मन रखी देता देखी था non-technical and non-scientific models रही open classroom model, Weinton and Fontaine model, Rogers model and of interpersonal relationship. Similarly, basic task of curriculum development is facilities the analysis of purposes, then designs of a program, establishing the philosophy, assessing needs, formulating goals and objects, selecting curriculum experiences, organizing content, selecting appropriate instructional strategies, evaluating learning and situations. These are the different basic tasks of curriculum development. When we evaluate the curriculum, this model should be followed up. One is objective, another is learning experience, that is content and method, that is learning experience and evaluation. So this is the model of evaluation of the curriculum. So goal, objectives, program development, evidence gathered, periodic analysis, discrepancies identified, corrections made. This is also another cycle. Now curriculum evaluation, that is unit 17. Unit 17 is curriculum evaluation. How we can evaluate the curriculum? One is approaches to curriculum evaluation. That is scientific and humanistic approach, intrinsic and payoff evaluation, formative and summative evaluation. एमती तीन प्रकार approach रही evaluation पाई. सेमती curriculum evaluation phases रे focus of curriculum, collection of information, organizing the information, reporting the information. These are 4 stages of curriculum evaluation phases are known as there. In addition to that, characteristics of evaluation is known as values and valuing, adopting goals, establishing norms, comprehensiveness, continuity, diagnostic worth and validity, integration of findings, progressing towards goal attainment, then participants in evaluation as evaluator, teacher, communities, outside experts, policy makers. Samasta participants in the evaluation system. Not only the teacher evaluates the system, but also committees also evaluate, outside experts evaluate, policy makers also evaluates the performance and system. So this is all about unit 17. So any question, if anybody has any question, please ask. जदि कार किछि अच्छी कोरी पचारि परयो.
सर यूनिट 15 रो प्रिंसिपल्स ऑफ करिकुलम प्लानिंग टिके बुझे देबे.
हां को जाउची कोडा यूनिट 15
हां प्रिंसिपल ऑफ करिकुलम प्लानिंग.
ओके Principles of curriculum planning.
Yes, sir.
Yes, curriculum planning is concerned with the experiences of learners. So when we are developing or designing the curriculum or make the plan for designing the curriculum, what should we do? Now you should take the experience of the learner. Learner kon janichi. लर्नर रा कौन प्रीवियस नॉलेज अच्छी तार एबिलिटी कौन ताकू बेस करके आई कैन डिजाइन दी अनदर न्यू करिकुलम so that it can be helpful for the learner for further learning. Similarly, curriculum planning involves decision about both content and process. So here, curriculum planning when involves decision about both content and process, so automatically we should give focus on content and how the content will be presented, what are the different ways or process. That should be taken into consideration while we are plan for curriculum design. Curriculum planning involves decision about a variety of issues and topics. We
Sir,
know,
any example can you give, please?
what issue of topic the
Involve decision about both content and the process. तार किछि example देते बोले.
तुमे इतिहास पढ़ौछ इतिहास टा केमिति प्रेजेंट करिवो स्टोरी टेलिंग ना सोर्स मेथड कोन स्ट्रेटजी अडॉप्ट करिवो से पिलांकर लेवल केते कोन ए डिटेल टा रहिवो प्लानिंग रे करिकुलम डिजाइन कला बेले what type of material content is there, if content is related to storytelling or not, if it is fit for storytelling, so process should be maintained using the process as storytelling method. Whether it will be organized, it will be the activities will be organized in a group or pair or individual, whether the home assignment will be given or project work will be given. So those are the process means what, present for presentation, ways of presentation. पिला केमिति ताकू जानिबो बुझिबो करिवो आमे करिकुलम टा पिला उद्देश्य रे करूचे पिला लर्निंग पई करूचे. So if there is a content, there is a process for presentation. Similarly, variety of issues and topics, variety of issues like what, na global warming, that is an issue that should be placed in under the curriculum. Pollution, because under curriculum the child learn and become aware, therefore he or she can maintain a good life after awareness. So different issues and topics are there, those should be included in the curriculum. Curriculum planning involves many groups. Eta jane di jana gote group re basi ki hoeni, variety of groups are included to finalize the curriculum. Curriculum planning takes place at many levels: state level, district level, block level, national level. Different levels that should be planned and worked out. Curriculum planning is a continuous process. Curriculum thare kariki 50 वर्ष जा curriculum habani, that is wrong. It is a continuous process. Every year, every 2 year, every 5 year, curriculum should be changed and developed, designed as per need of the time and hour. This is all about the principles of curriculum planning. How कार कौन कोरी अछि?
Okay, thank you, sir.
आकार किछ कोरी अछि कि?
सर हमरो जो एमपी 1968 और 86 भितर मेजर डिफरेंस टा कोन?